Yet another deadline, I know you're surprised, with Iran about to be broken. John Kerry saying that Iran needs to make tough decisions before a final agreement can be reached. American Islamic Forum for Democracy President Dr. Zuhdi Jasser joins us right now. All right, Dr. Jasser, here's the bottom line. I think everyone agrees at this point, whatever the deal is, it will become the official countdown to Iran officially getting the nuke. What does it mean for the rest of us?
It means continued loss of security, loss of the Middle East. You see Iran, a hegemonic power in the Middle East, not only gobbling up Iraq and Syria, but now as these talks continue to delay, I mean, the best thing, Charles, is for more delays so that maybe it gets delayed until 2017 because we're giving away the farm. And now they have the chutzpah, if you will, to ask for relief of not only money sanctions, but arms embargo so that they can begin immediately to get ballistic missiles from Russia. And you see the axis of Russia, China, Iran to build, I would call the arc of genocide into Iraq and Syria so that they can, continue to build up that arms. And then you're going to see an arms race between Saudi, the Sunni clerics and monarchs, if you will, versus the Shia crescent of Iran and Iraq and Syria.
So now Saudi Arabia probably would immediately buy them from Pakistan, more than likely from just so they can catch up or get ahead of the race. We're looking at, let's face it, Sunni Shia. That violence has gone on since the death of Muhammad. It has been clumsy, it's been dangerous, and really often fought with no rules. Imagine both of these nations now in an arms race with nuclear weapons. How long could we go before one goes off? I imagine it wouldn't be that long.
No, and the sad thing is we had a mutually assured destruction safety, if you will, against the Russians and during the Cold War because they didn't want to see their children die. Unfortunately, the eschatological formula, if you will, theologically for both of these have an end-of-time scenario where they see a national suicide as part of their end of time. So we cannot allow them to get the nuclear weapon. It will not be stabilizing as it is between Pakistan and India. And unfortunately, we have to have a strategy. This administration oversaw the loss of an opportunity in the Arab awakening that could have seen a change in the paradigm of this old narrative towards a third pathway. As we saw in Tunisia, where liberty and freedom and democracy may have a chance, may have lights, but those lights are being extinguished by the regimes that are allowing the growth of ISIS, the radicalization of these countries, and the loss of the opportunities for the old powerhouses for a new Cold War and the greatest threat to us ever before.
Where does Israel come in on this? Obviously, in the past, they've taken matters into their own hands. Benjamin Netanyahu has been a pretty loud critic and vocal critic, and he's also warned the world against this. It is to me, I don't see how they would allow this to go on. If we rubber stamp and give Iran the de facto green light to build a nuke, what would Israel have to do?
Israel would have to protect itself because it sees not only the existential threat from Iran and its neighbor Hezbollah in Syria, but the real threat. So it will not allow this inspections regime. The parliament in Iran voted 200 to 14 not to allow any discussions with scientists or military inspections. So Israel will continue to have to use its intelligence to know what's going on, to know what its breakout time is, and once it gets very close to the months, to make sure Iran does not get the bomb, because if it does, the death to America, death to Israel chance will become a reality. We cannot allow them to get the bomb.
For me, when I hear President Obama say the main reason Iran won't build a nuke is the rest of the world will know, I don't think nuke shaming is going to play pretty well with respect to being a deterrent. Before I let you go real quick in about a minute or less, what do you think would happen with America if indeed we found that they were cheating, if they were going against this? Do you think we would have the will to go in there and forcibly stop them?
Not with this administration. We've seen millions displaced in Syria. Right. We've seen ISIS committing heinous acts against humanity with us doing basically nothing. So, sadly, the administration will just continue to pray and hope that they don't do anything. Unfortunately, I think the American people have the will to make sure it doesn't happen, but not this administration.
Dr. Zuhdi Jasser, thanks a lot. We always appreciate when you come on.
Thank you, Charles.